I accidentally discovered my shy roommate was a famous author. Then I found myself in her best-selling novel. My roommate Emily barely spoke 10 words a day, had always buried in her laptop, noise-canceling headphones on, hoodie pulled up like a shield against the world. We'd lived together for 8 months, and I knew exactly 3 things about her. She drank Earl Grey tea, she had a cat named Hemingway, and she never ever missed her rent payment. The arrangement worked for both of us. I worked night shifts at the hospital. She existed in her room during daylight hours, 2 ships passing in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment, until the night I picked up a novel at the airport bookstore. The Observer by E.L. Merrick had been sitting at number 1 on the bestseller list for 26 weeks. The cover was everywhere, panned subway ads, bookstore displays, even movie adaptation rumors. I needed something to read on my flight, and the girl at the register promised it would completely wreck me emotionally. 3 chapters and I froze mid-sentence. The main character's roommate Pert, a loud, outgoing nurse with an addiction to reality Duong, and a habit of singing off-key in the shower Pern sounded eerily familiar. Because it was me, exact details of my life down to the chipped coffee mug I used every morning and the ridiculous flamingo slippers my ex bought me. I finished the book in one sitting, heart racing. The story followed a reclusive writer observing the messy, chaotic life of her extroverted roommate while hiding a traumatic past. The details were so precise, so intimate, Taryn, including private conversations I'd had on the phone in our living room. When I got home at 6 a.m., Emily was in the kitchen making tea. "Good shift?" she asked without looking up. I placed the Observer on the counter between us. Her eyes flickered to it, then back to her mug. "You are E.L. Merrick," I said, not a question. The silence stretched between us like taffy. "Why didn't you tell me?" I finally asked. She shrugged one shoulder. "Would you have believed me? Hey, I am that author everyone's talking about, the one making millions, but I choose to live in this crappy apartment with a roommate. But you wrote about me," I said. "My life, my embarrassing date stories, the time I cried watching The Bachelor finale." "I changed your name," she replied as if that fixed everything. "My name is Maggie." That's hardly witness protection level anonymity. A ghost of a smile crossed her face. "Most writers use what they know. You are interesting to observe." That word Perrin, observe, Perrin sent a chill through me, just like the book title. Am I just research to you, some character study? Emily finally looked directly at me, her eyes clear and more focused than I'd ever seen them. "You are the most authentic person I've ever met," she said quietly. "You live out loud. I've spent my whole life hiding." The next morning, a package waited outside my bedroom door, porned, a first edition signed copy of The Observer, with a note inside the sequels about how the Observer learns to actually live. The roommate teaches her, if that's okay with you. 2 months later, Emily's hoodie came off. She joined me for dinner. She even laughed at my terrible jokes. 6 months later, we sat side by side at her book, signing hundreds of fans lined up around the block. Someone asked her where she got the inspiration for her characters. Emily looked at me and smiled. "Sometimes the most extraordinary stories are happening right next to you. You just have to pay attention." My X6 review of her new book got 2 million views. I didn't mention I was the real-life inspiration for the main character's best friend. Some secrets are worth keeping. Some people observe life, others live it. The magic happens when those 2 types of people find each other.